Hello, dear Sagittarius, and welcome to May 2021, your astrological chat. Thank you so much for joining me here on Gift of Astro Gab. And looking into your month of May, it's looking really very relaxing, I would say, towards the beginning of the month. And towards the middle of the month, a little bit more exciting, and then towards the end of the month, a lot happening, a lot taking place, and especially towards that last week, there's a lot of energy and shift, and this is really what we've been waiting for, right? I mean, as Sages, you guys really thrive on excitement, and that's a beautiful thing. I mean, you guys are not stagnant people in the least. You really love to go out there and get into life, and that's what we get a little bit in May, and it's really taking off for the rest of the year. So honestly, with this, all these energies we're having, and then there's an eclipse, there's plenty of exciting times where things are happening. You guys are mutable signs, so you tend to handle change a lot better than some other signs. So yeah, with that, let's get into your month of May. Okay, Sag, so on May 2nd, we have Mercury in Taurus trining Pluto in Capricorn. That is between your 6th and 2nd houses. With this aspect, we have a very communicative 6th house. You know, what does that mean? We have a lot of movement. Mercury is very move oriented, very dynamic, and very excited, by a very excitable planet. Now, in that 6th house, we have a lot of movement coming, and it's trining Pluto in Capricorn, which is your values, your material goods, where you make your money. Now, are you guys, there could be a lot of value placed in yourself, in your health, in your day-to-day life, in a new routine, or maybe a new routine is helping you to make more money, or just to value yourself more. And this is really good, Sagittarius. All this really wonderful energy coming into the beginning of the month is great for the rest of the month, because with the changes that are happening, it's important to have this wave of beneficial energy coming into you guys, so that you can ride the wave in the best way. Now, on the same day, the 2nd, we have Venus in Taurus, and it's sextiling a beneficial aspect, Neptune in Pisces. That's between your 6th and your 4th house. Now, again, this 6th house theme of day-to-day activities, new routines, could be a new health routine, also could be, a new job even. And this is benefiting also your home life, or vice versa. The home life is, I see on this day there's also change to structures and things with Pluto and Capricorn in your 2nd house. Now, with Neptune and Pisces in that 4th house, you're getting, this structure is helping you dream, is helping you to dream up a new living space, or possibly dream of something to do with your family, of future travels. Neptune rules overseas travels as well. So there could be a lot of thoughts here with that, and kind of, making it more something that's more often. Now, on May 3rd at 10:49 p.m. East Coast time, which is 7 p.m. Pacific time, we have Mercury, the planet of communication and movement, and very transit-oriented planet, entering Gemini in your 7th house. Now, before that happens, though, and Mercury, it's very much in its joy in Gemini. Earlier in the day, we still have Mercury in Taurus, and it is squaring Jupiter in Aquarius. Now, since with the time of this video, you can look back to the 3rd and say, how did the square feel? I really feel like squares they're not as bad as people paint them to be. They are a very movement oriented. They move us forward. They nudge us forward. Now, on the 3rd, you had Mercury in Taurus and it was squaring Jupiter in Aquarius. This is between your 6th and your 3rd house. Now, the square nudges you to move. So there's something, you're expanding on something in your communications, on maybe a new way to get to a coffee house, or it could be a gym, and maybe you're just expanding your ability to get to those places and to fit it all in. And you're doing this in order to benefit your day-to-day life. So there's a feeling of making new routes, new plans, expanding upon old ones as well, and making it work for you. Now on the 3rd, again, we have the vital Sun in Taurus squaring Saturn in Aquarius. So also with this expansion between the 6th and the 3rd house, you are also wanting to put structure into these new plans and this new commute, or this new communication, or this new way of doing things every day. Could be also the new health routine you're taking. A new way to, maybe you're writing something down, planning. Now on May 5th, which is happy Cinco de Mayo, at 1:13 a.m. Eastern Time, and that's 10 p.m. May 4th Pacific Time, we have expansive Jupiter quintiling Aquarius. Now, this is happening again between your 3rd and your 6th house. So a lot of this movement-oriented, day-to-day feel. And on May 5th, the quintile is, it's not bad or good. It's like an anxiety or exciting energy, which we would like to lean more towards exciting. And with Uranus, it's electrifying, and there's expansion here. So we want to turn all the anxiety, maybe take some magnesium. I mean, obviously, always consult your doctor. I'm not a medical professional by any means, so I would always consult your practitioner, your doctor about that. But it feels like, yeah, we all need a little bit of that. We need something to calm our nerves, especially in this month. And you can do that with working out and different things like that, which you guys are doing. So I see you guys turning this into very exciting energy for that day-to-day life, for your commutes and everything. And on the 6th, the next day, we have Venus, which is like, Venus is a wonderful balm that we've all needed. So on the 6th, it's coming into your 6th house. It's in your 6th house. And it's trining your 2nd house, Pluto and Capricorn. So you are really appreciating your structures, the structures that you've made in your values, in your financial life, or you're bringing some kind of benefit to it, or your day-to-day life is benefiting your financial life, and you're really appreciating that. You're really appreciating how the process is going. And you could be getting a boost there in your day-to-day job and your finances as well. Now on May 6th, again, 1:33 p.m. East Coast time, which is 11, 10, I'm sorry, I'm kind of blanking, 10 a.m. May 6th Pacific time, we have the North Node sextiling Chiron, which is, Chiron in astrology is called the wounded healer. And it's kind of like, sometimes we can have or feel like there's a sensitive point there, or some kind of trauma that's healing. It's this idea of healing. It's more than the trauma. It's the response, and it's the healing that's going on there for you guys. And this is between your 7th and your 5th house. So your North Node is in your 7th house. So it's giving you this feeling of kind of like faded romance or faded relationships, or you're thinking about, a true love, or just relationships in general, and how you're healing through that. And you could be healing with this sextile. It's beneficial and working aspect. You could be using creativity. You could be using healing through the arts, healing through fun, healing through playing, having playtime, any way you can. Maybe children are helping you in the healing process as well, just their lightheartedness, lightheartedness. Or you're dating, and you're dating kind of like a playful dating, and it's helping you with any, relationships stuff, or it's becoming something more meaningful because it's helping you heal as well in that relationship house. Now on May 8th at 4:51 a.m. East Coast time, which is 1:51 a.m. Pacific time, most of us will be asleep, whether you're in the East Coast or you're in the West Coast, unless you're a very early riser or really late, staying late up at night. We have a Ceres, the asteroid, entering Taurus in your 6th house. And this asteroid is, in astrology, it's associated with nourishment. It's associated with agriculture and, the seasons, and how there's growth after having no growth. So in the 6th house, you're having that growth. You're having that plentiful, bountiful life. Your day-to-day is really feeling nurtured. It's feeling like you're getting a boost from the universe, from God, from your all the wonderful angels kind of idea. You're getting this wonderful energy there. Now on May 8th, again at 10:01 p.m. East Coast time, which is 9:07 p.m. Pacific time, we have Venus entering Gemini. Now Venus is really happy in Gemini. It's said to be in a very good place. And that's in your 7th house. So you guys are getting a boost to relationships. You guys are seeing it with a better perspective. You're healed. There's a lot of healing that's been taking place for you guys in that house. And this is wonderful. Now, a few days later, on the 11th, we have Mars in Cancer, and it's sextiling Uranus in Taurus. Mars in Cancer is a nurturing action. It's the nurture. It's actionability in an embrace, And it's sextiling Uranus in Taurus. So Mars in Cancer is also emotional. So this is between your 8th and your 6th house. So, around the 11th, there's an actionability of healing a trauma, or just discussing deeper, darker subject matters, but bringing light to them and making, electrifying them, in a mundane way, making them seem like that's no big deal. Many times we are thinking about traumas or talking about deeper subjects, and we feel like we can't bring light to them, make light of them. And it looks like in this time you guys are doing that, maybe with humor, with just revolutionizing the way you think of these topics. And this is wonderful because it's continued healing for you guys as well. Because 8th house is also other people's resources and things to do with other people. So the way you respond to and about other people is, it's becoming easier for you guys to just interact and just take care of those things. Now on May 11th at 3 p.m. East Coast time, we have, which is 2 1. My math skills right now are, anyway, so it's noon May 11th. We have a new moon in Taurus, and it's new beginnings. It's you're planting new seeds of intention, new seeds of thought for your day-to-day life, because again you have this 6th house emphasis, which is your health, which is your day-to-day routines, which is your day-to-day job. And you're planting new seeds there of growth and how you want to either grow a business, if that's your day-to-day job, or things that you just do regularly. How can you do it more efficiently and better and in a more loving, nurturing way? So on the 12th, we have Mercury in Gemini, and it's trining Saturn in Aquarius. That's between your 7th and your 3rd house. So there is this quick moving energy, and it's benefiting the structures for you in that third house of communications. And this fast moving energy is coming from a romantic partner or just partnerships in general. The one-on-one partnerships in your life, they are really benefiting those structures you have, whether it's short distance travel, day-to-day commerce, communications, it's helping you structure all that. Now on May 13th, we have at 6:36 p.m. East Coast time, which is 3:36 p.m. West Coast time, a huge occurrence that doesn't happen very often. I think last time was in 2010, early 2010, and it's Jupiter entering Pisces. This is huge, literally huge, because Jupiter is huge and it expands, and it feels like it has enough room in Pisces, because Pisces has no limits, and it's dreamy, expansive nature, oceanic actually. So that's in your fourth house. So you're getting a boost with regards to family life, with regards to home life, with regards to how you feel in your own skin as well. That's another thing that can be home. And this is a very happy thing, because Jupiter is really optimistic. Sagittarius, you guys are ruled by this, and it's like optimism at the same time. But if you've had any insecurity with family or with your home life, where you live, you could be moving either to new horizons, or like the sky's the limit in that. Now on May 13th, again, we have the Sun in Taurus, and it's sextiling, beneficial working aspect, Neptune in Pisces. That's between your 6th and your 4th house. So you have this vitality in your day-to-day, this vitality in routine, and it's helping you be more creative in the home. It's helping you create something new for yourself in the home, and create the dream that you wanted within your own skin, within yourself, within family, having more fun, having more imagination. Now, a few days later, on the 17th, we have the Sun in Taurus, and it's trining Pluto in Capricorn. That's between your 6th and your 2nd house. Now, the same vitality in Taurus is giving you even more benefit to Pluto and Capricorn in your 2nd, to your structures in your values, your structures in this day-to-day life, this routine that you've been getting down, is really benefiting that, home life, the value life, the finances, your material goods. It's improving upon all the things that you value in general. So this is really excellent. Now on May 19th at 3:12 p.m. East Coast time, and for the people on the Pacific Coast, it's 12:12 p.m., which is around noon. And we have, at a critical degree, we have Leo, the Leo moon. And that's in your 9th house. Now, Leo at 29 degrees, the moon at 29 degrees, Leo is very Leo. It's very strong. It's very that extroverted feel, that playful nature, and happening in your 9th house. So right here, your beliefs or thoughts about travel, or it could be higher learning. It's like, it's on another high. It's on another level on this day. And this could be really good for plans, for goals, for, because it's preceding the 10th house. So, maybe just thoughts and goals for the future, for, just higher aspirations. Now on the 19th, we have Venus in Gemini, which it loves to be there again. It's trining Saturn in Aquarius. That's between your 7th and your 3rd house. This is a real huge benefit to the structures. Your relationships are structuring and helping you structure your communications, or you could be taking short distance travels. You could be structuring a way to travel to someone that you love, something for short distance travel to find romance. And again, short distance can be in a different state. I consider that still to be fairly local travel. Now, with the trine there, it looks like it could be very good. and your communications can run smoothly. Saturn also helps you to become more strong in communication, strong in turn with relationships. So this is great. Now on the 20th, on May 20th at 3:37 p.m., which is 12:37 p.m. Pacific time, 3:37 p.m. East Coast time, the sun is entering Gemini. Now the sun, I think it would be very happy there because it's fire meets air, and that's in your 7th house. So you're getting this vitality in your relationships and the way you are approaching relationships. So it's going along with the theme of this month for you guys. Now on the 21st, the very next day, we do have a square. But as I said, it's a working nudge in the right direction. Sometimes it can be like an alarm clock waking up and you're kind of like, wow, like really, do I really have to get up right now? But look how you feel 5 minutes later, 10 minutes later. You are happy that you're up and it's really going to benefit your day. So with the sun in Gemini in your 7th house and it's squaring your 4th house with Jupiter and Pisces, there's this dialogue with like, okay, so I have this vitality for relationships, for partnerships, but how is that going to balance with my, expanding home life, with the dreams I have for family or for my home in general and who I am in my own skin. So with this dialogue, it's always good to have this kind of discourse or conversation, between these parts of your life. So it's like we have to have it sometimes, and now you're having that conversation, and that's really good because this year is really nudging us to change and to grow. So squares mean growth. I think that they get a lot of things done. Now on the 22nd, and not only do they get things done, but they keep them. It's like growth for good, so on the 22nd, Mercury in Gemini is squaring Neptune in Pisces, and that's between your 7th and your 4th. So again, we have the vitality. Now we have the conversation between another planet that's in your 4th house. So it's like Mercury in the 7th house is like, a partner is having dialogue with you now. And they're saying, like, how can we, or how can you and your home, how can you imagine a home or imagine yourself or imagine your family with me, or either maybe it's an internal dialogue, like how am I going to fit another partner in, and how am I going to make everything work with my family or with my home. And you're going between this like logic and this like dream, logic and dream. And there is a way, and there is a middle road to that. Write down your dreams, and sometimes writing things down really helps, or journaling, or singing about it, or just that kind of thing. Now on May 23rd, 5:19 a.m. East Coast time, which is 4:32 a.m. Pacific time, Saturn is turning retrograde. That's a big one. That's happening in your 3rd house, Sagittarius. Now, Saturn is structure and retrograde is review. So, Saturn's like, it's like the boss, the manager, the health inspector, whatever you want to call it. But he's going down the line and he's saying like, okay, where in your communication or your business model, which is your day-to-day, kind of like 3rd house is also, it's like, it's business, it's day-to-day exchange. It's like, it's not huge, like big, bold moves, but it's kind of like your day-to-day business exchanges. Now, where are you being Saturn, maybe Saturn coming in from an outside source, saying like, what you've done is great. Like, and maybe it's you saying, I love all the changes I've made to the structure. Now, but you're going with a little bit of a critical eye and saying, where can I get more of the kinks out? Are there any kinks? Are there any knots or are there any like bends in the water hose and where it's affecting the flow? So when Saturn goes retrograde, you can find them, loosen up those knots, and have more money flow, more flow in general and better communications. So that's really good. Now on May 26th at 7:14 a.m., which is East Coast time, and that's 6:14 a.m. Pacific time, we have the full moon total lunar eclipse, another huge event. So huge events in a very short time. Now, and that's in your sign, that's in Sag, 5 degrees of Sag. You can look it up on your chart. If you're within around probably 5 before and 5 after, pay attention. It could be pretty influential. Now that's happening in your first house. So lunar eclipses, they can be more emotional. They could be a big change you're making, and being that it's your first house, it's within you, or in your life. There's like a big change. Like we're all looking to Sag and Gemini as well, because it's on the same axis. Like what's the big change? But again, it's everyone's lives, because everyone has Sag somewhere in their chart. But yeah, being that it's in your first house, like where is the huge shift, the huge change that's going on with you? What are you closing out, and what are you opening up to? That's the question with the lunar eclipse. And it's important to go into it relaxed. Don't brace yourself. Like it's a lot better when you go with the flow of the wave and you ride it, and then or you can allow it to wash you down in a beautiful way, as long as you're not too far out at sea. So yeah, I think this lunar eclipse is change is good, and wherever it is in your with you, or whatever's happening with you, is for growth, because 2021 is growth. 2021 is change and revolutionary, wonderful change. Now on May 27th, we have Venus in Gemini, and it's squaring Neptune in Pisces. Now that's between the 7th and the 4th house for you. So, Venus in the 7th house is like some partner, someone you love, or a friend, just a one-on-one relationship is coming through, and in a loving way saying, what's happening in your home, like literally if it's your wherever you live, or what's happening with in your family, where are you imagining the growth going in the family? Like, where are you imagining your direction with family? Maybe starting your own family. It could be with a partner, romantic partner, saying, "Hey, like let's get down to business." Like, well, not business because the benefits are there, but let's dream this up. Let's dream up a family, or let's dream something up for each other. Or it could be just one relationships in the home and with your actual like family you grew up with, and if things are going well, but you're also talking about big changes, or growth that you guys can take together. Now on May 29th, to wrap up the month, pretty soon now, we have at 6:34 p.m. Eastern time, which is 3:34 p.m. Pacific time, we have Mercury going retrograde, another big one. And that's in your 7th house. So your one-on-one relationships, like we've talked through this month, they're having this dialogue with you, and now they're going to review. They want to review, and you want to review yourself, like where you've been in relationships, with communication, with you're just could be thinking about people that you've been with, you've seen. They do say that exes can come back, especially with the 7th house there. You could have exes coming back, and you have to decide, is it just something I was supposed to learn through? Is this like relationship, karmic relationship thing that I just need to like acknowledge the growth, acknowledge what happened, and move on? Or is there something more here? Is there something that's actually here between us? On the same day, we have Mercury in Gemini. On the same day, the 29th, same day that Mercury goes retrograde, we have Mercury in Gemini, and it's conjunct, it's paired up basically, like an overlap with Venus in Gemini. And this is actually really good, because Venus in Gemini likes to be in Gemini, Mercury in Gemini likes to be in Gemini, and even though Mercury is retrograde, conjunct Venus, it's an opening it's like opening the season, the retrograde season, with a loving aspect, with love, with Venus there, that makes everything more beautiful, makes everything a little bit easier. It's like a wonderful helper. So I think that, you know, there will, like with any retrograde, there might be like technical difficulties, or, you know, you have to read a contract way more carefully, or just if you're doing travel plans or something like that, just really read and make sure that things are going to be smooth and do your research. But Venus there kind of gives you a little helping hand, and I think that even if things go haywire, they'll be resolved in a lot smoother way. So that's really wonderful. And being that that's in your 7th house of partnerships, things can be worked out, even if there's like a technical difficulty there, it can be worked out in a loving way that's smoother than if it would be Mercury retrograde in some other sign that's not its own domicile. Now, on the 31st, close the month, we have Mars, nurturing Mars in Cancer, trining Neptune in Pisces. And that's between your 8th and 4th house. So there's a nurturing action you're taking from a very deep place, or could be nurturing. 8th house is also other people's resources. So maybe someone's helping you out, or you're helping someone else out in a very beneficial, loving way. Because the trine is like free-flowing energy, and maybe you're helping. Maybe someone's helping you to work on your home, work on your family life, which is the 4th house, or you're doing it for someone else in a creative, imaginative way, blessing their home and their estate, or whatever, wherever they are. But I also think that this could be healing from the home, healing, you know, any you're just going home and you're soothing, you know, you're soothing your inner world, your inner life, your deep life, your any trauma that you might have been through, but it's happening in like a trine, so it's like it's miraculous. So we finally end the month with a little bit more upbeat, because that last week seems a little tumultuous, but it like ends on a high note. So whether it feels like that at first or not, but it looks a little better. So with everything, I think there's a lot of growth this month, a lot of benefit, a lot of diamonds in the rough that we're going to have come up, and we just need to polish those up and see the beauty for what it is. So with that, Sagittarius, I want to thank you for again joining my channel. I hope to see you bright and early in June. I'm already working on the videos, even though these were a little bit later, but June will be a lot earlier. And yeah, so thank you guys so much, and please subscribe, share, like, comment, and I really appreciate you guys, and have a wonderful May. And yeah, thank you so much. Take care.